Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony's Picks Morning Show. I'm Tony T with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Giving out live replays for today's card. And on today's card, we'll have picks here from the NBA. It is a 4-game card as we're winding it down until we got today, Wednesday, and Thursday before we have the All-Star break. And then we have picks from college basketball. Some good matchups up for you there as well. NHL still on Olympic break until the 22nd. So we'll wait for that Olympics to conclude there. Guys, we appreciate you joining us here on the live show. Give us a like, a thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. Really helps to build up our audience when you do that. And set those notifications because we have 5 live shows over our channel. There you'll be able to set notification when you're live with us. And, of course, always our chat's open for you guys to interact with us. You can send us your picks and comments. We welcome them as well. And we're also looking for cappers. You can apply as a capper as well. Sending us an email on our site at tonys.com. Hit the email tab and send it over an email if you would. And guys, we are going to give you our free picks here, but if you want our best bets, head on over to tonys.com. Link in the description. You'll find our live premium picks there. You can see leaderboards up there because the El Nino on the 1-year leaderboard. Also a great year in the NBA from El Ninos. So go ahead and get signed up. Let's say hello to Al and we'll get on with the show. Al, what's going on?
Yeah, been a pretty good year so far, but just 1 and 2 yesterday. Unfortunately, the NBA that did not go as planned. I guess I ended up on the wrong end of the injury report on one game, and then the Lakers just played the foul game wrong, I guess, and couldn't knock any threes down late to cover their number. So trying to do better today. Looking for a bounce back.
Absolutely, we'll get a bounce back here from El Nino's here for today, and of course, yours truly here on the games yesterday. 2-1 for me, hitting with the. What we had here yesterday, we had the Rio Grande Valley was my best bet. Then we hit with the over in the game between Memphis and Golden State. So another over there for the defenseless, the Memphis Grizzlies, who are going to have difficulty defending ever since they went through their changes there.
Almost pulled off the big upset.
Almost did. They were within they were within range there to get it done. Those young guys, well, Golden State dealing with their injuries as well on their side of the table, but still no excuse to be losing to these Grizzlies. I mean, come on. I mean, they were on the edge there, no doubt about that. Cleveland gets a win in Denver. That was a nice game as well. So pretty good results there in the NBA for today. But the Laker game, the fell game went the wrong way for them. They were chasing though. Yeah, you were never. If you're on the Lakers side, you were never comfortable in that game.
No, I mean, I guess never too comfortable backing these Lakers, but I mean, I like that pick a lot. I mean, before tip-off, at least, it looked like a good spot for them to I thought they were live dogs, but anyway, and wouldn't have been shocked by an upset at all in that one. I was actually expecting them to win it outright, but anyways, that's these Lakers for you.
Good one in college as Kansas takes the 0 away from Arizona there.
Yeah, on the wrong side of that one.
That
too,
one?
Yeah. I just said no premium on that one, but yeah, it was a show I gave out here. I did like Arizona on that one. Obviously, it's hard to go undefeated all year long, right? And that was a pretty good matchup. So, but yeah.
All right, let's get to it here, guys. NBA, we'll just do it in one block. It's a 4-game card. Pacers and Knicks. We see the Knicks in the late 12 in this one, total 225. Clippers and Rockets. The Rockets 7.5. There is an 8 out there as well. The total coming in here at 211. Mavericks and Suns. Suns 8.5. There's some 8s out there from an opener of 7.5. So Suns getting the money. Total 229. Lakers tried again here in the back-to-back hosting the Spurs. Lakers getting 8.5. There's a 9 out there as well. Total 227 here. My goodness, that's a big number there. Pacers and Knicks at the injury report here. Toppin still out for Indiana. Thompson, McConnell, Nesmith, Potter, Zubac, questionable there. Sorry, Make-It Thompson is probable there, Indiana side. For the Knicks, no OG, no McBride, no Robinson for the Knicks in that one. OG is questionable. I'm sorry. OG questionable, and then it's McBride, Robinson out. Clippers and Houston, just Garland out on the injury report. Just Garland will be the one for Houston. Van Fleet still out there. We go to Dallas and Phoenix. Irving out for Dallas. Klay Thompson, who's been coming off the bench, he is questionable. For Phoenix, Grayson Allen, Anthony Livers are out. There. Spurs and Lakers. We've got Waters out. For the Lakers, it's we've got Tiero out. Luka here is questionable with that hamstring. We'll see what they do with him as we get close to the All-Star break here. DeAndre Ayton here is probable. You don't want to throw games away, especially the Lakers who have found themselves in that play-in round. So you want to stay away from that. If you're the Lakers, you need that week off, especially with the age of LeBron there. So we gave you the injury reports. We go on over to El Ninos.
Yeah, first up, look at these Knicks here. I'll take them to win both halves, seeing that at minus 110. Again, if you can't bet that and really looking for a pick on the spread, I take a slight lean to the Pacers here to keep it within single digits. Clippers, Rockets, I like this one. So I'll give a small lean to the under here. You got two teams that play at a slow pace. The Clippers 27-25 the under, the Rockets 28-22 and 21 the under. The only reason it's a small lean is because this one's a tiny number. And, well, the last few meetings have gone over the total as well. But, again, no James Harden, so I think you see a more defensive-minded Clippers team here. And, yeah, so 210.5, I can't feel too great about it, but I'd lean to the under there. And Suns Mavs. Let me get back to that one in a second. Actually, I like the under in this one. We got two teams trending that way. The Suns are 32-21 the under. The Dallas is 29-23 the under. So I'll take that one to stay under the total. And the Spurs-Lakers game. Yeah, Lakers on the back-to-back there. It looks like Doncic might come back for this one. So if he plays, I like the over. If he ends up sitting this one out, I guess I would take wouldn't like the over as much. I'll put it that way. Again, other than that, not too strong of a play here. I think the Spurs laying a couple too many points, but I'm not going to rush to back the Lakers here in the second game in 2 nights. Maybe a slight lean to the Lakers. Just feels like it's a couple too many points, but again, I'd rather take the over if Doncic plays this one.
There we go.
If he sits out, I have none of much interest at all in backing the Lakers either.
There from El Ninos here. Tell you what I think about these games. Yeah, that Knicks game there, it's a lot of points to lay. I just stay away there. Clippers, Houston, I'll take the Clippers here plus the price here. Rockets issue has been shooting over the past 2 weeks, just 43%. Clippers have been shooting the ball and defending. I might have got the picture wrong with the Clippers when they made the trades. I thought they were in Tankapalooza mode, but they are playing hard and they are defending. And I think Jorge in the chat put down the Clippers are a defensive team. Lou is a defensive structure, and maybe Harden just didn't fit that defensive structure for the Clippers. And maybe they saw Zubac was declining because the Clippers went on that run when Zubac was out of the lineup. So maybe the Clippers here being more of a defensive-minded team there. So we'll see how it rolls here. But again, that point number here looks a little high. They had that good win against Minnesota. Again, defensive performance there against Minnesota, the way they played that game there. So I'll look at Clippers in that spot. Yeah, it's just not a fan of the way the Mavericks look right now. They're just playing bad defense right now, and that's been their form to keep staying games has been defensively because we know they have their issues shooting. But over the past 2 weeks, giving up 48% shooting, 40% from three. Booker is back for the Suns team. I could only look at the Suns. Yeah, it's a back-to-back, but it's a big number here. I'll look at the Lakers here to bounce after a home loss here. Lakers had covered 4 straight prior to that loss against OKC. They have been shooting the ball pretty well. Looking here at the Spurs, their issues we know has been from the 3-point line, although they have covered 4 straight. And if they also gone over on 3 straight, but Lakers on a back-to-back, I don't think I want to look at the over in this game. But I'll look here at the Lakers taking those points. Reeves still on a miss restriction. That could be possible. This is his
got
first
29 in the last one, so he should get at least 30. And it still looks like he's coming off the bench, though. Oh, no, it looks like he's starting.
Today I got him in the starting lineup today. Although he came off the bench yesterday. He came off the bench on the 10th. But I look to him here in the starting role here. So I don't see him with that. Remember, it is a calf injury, and you know what they think about calf injuries, right? That's like the first step before an Achilles, right? So everybody always scared about those calf injuries, Alninos.
Yeah, I mean you got to be careful with your star players too. You know they like to baby them a little bit, especially in the NBA. So you know any sign of any kind of limping, and yeah, they might restrict his minutes. But if all goes well, expect him to get his usual minutes here, at least very close to it.
And that was a concern for teams trying to trade for Giannis because was a calf injury, right? So these teams are a little worried to hear about that calf turned into an Achilles tear. So got to be careful there in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Sports Show. We'll turn our attention over to college basketball here, and we'll do it in two blocks. So in block one, we'll cover the game here at 6:30 Eastern time, and we'll go all the way till 8:30 Eastern time. So from 6:30 and include the 8:30, the 9 o'clock and later will be in the second block. Notable games here. We do have some notable games here. Vandy and Auburn. Auburn laying 4 at home. North Carolina, Miami is now Miami. It will be dogs. You can find them -1 on North Carolina in that game. BYU and Baylor. BYU, are they a sinking ship? We'll see. BYU, a road favorite of 3.5 in that one. Virginia, Florida State. Looks like Virginia laying 8 on the road there. Also, notable games we have here would be Purdue and Nebraska. There we see a Nebraska laying 2.5, 1.5. Do your shopping in that game. Marquette, Villanova. Villanova, the 10s are gone now. Villanova, 9.5-point favorite there. Wisconsin, Illinois there. It is Illinois laying a big number at home, laying 10.5 in that one. It looks like Illinois has got one of their players here, a guard, doubtful there. That's injury report there on that game. So those are your notables there in that first block. We start with Alninos.
All right, let's take a look at these games. First up, I got this BYU Baylor game. End up on this over here. Baylor 500 on its totals. BYU is the 12 and 11 to the under, but these two teams play at a slightly faster pace, and I think we get over this number. The total I felt was slightly stronger about was in this Purdue-Nebraska game. You got two teams trending the under. Purdue is 13 and 10. Nebraska 16 and 7, the under. Two teams that play at a slow pace, so I like the under in that one. And I like George Mason there to go into Richmond, win that one by 2 possessions plus. Team that's been playing some solid defense, so I think that travels well there. Liked St. Joseph's there over Fordham. Again, getting close to the limit there. Don't want to lay too many more points than this, but I think they get the job done there. 10 and 2 at home. Fordham just 2 and 4 on the road, so I'll take St. Joseph's there. And we did the whole thing.
Just 8:30.
Okay. Yeah, so that wraps it up for me there.
Yeah, from Alninos here, Tywin. I think here about some of these games. I got a lot more in the early slot here. I like Nebraska here to cover here against Purdue. The Boilermakers over the last month, the defense is a big concern for the Boilermakers. Very poor defending the two-point shots this year against the Big 12, Big 10, giving over 57% there. Nebraska, a very good two-point shooting team. They should be able to exploit the weakness of Purdue's two-point defense here. So I'll look here at the Nebraska to get it done. Boilermakers over the last month, giving up 49% shooting, 38% from 3. They failed to cover 8 of their past 9. I'll look at Nebraska here in this spot. They do sit third in defensive efficiency in the conference there. I'll look at also Auburn to cover against Vandy. Auburn has been a very good team at home shooting the basketball and hitting threes. The Vanderbilt Commodores 8th in effective field goal defense, another team that struggles defending the 2-point line at 56%. And I'll look at the Auburn Tigers. Vandy has field goal cover 6 of 8. It's the bad defense that's the concern. I'll look at Auburn there. I can't trust BYU. This is a sinking ship here. Baylor plus the 2.5 here. Baylor, a good home shooting team. BYU over the last month, giving up 49% shooting, 39% from 3. The defense is terrible right now for BYU. They've failed to cover 8 straight. It is the defense. We've seen some life out of this Baylor team covering 3 straight with good shooting. I'll look at Baylor there. A team that's heading in the right direction is North Carolina. I'll look at them in that laying that number on the road. Tar Heels have won 5 straight. Really good defense. We saw that against Duke. And they've been shooting the ball very well over the last month at 50%, 37% from 3. Hurricanes have failed to cover 5 of 6. It's been the defense that's been bad here for this Miami team. This year, Miami offensively in the ACC, they turn the ball over. They don't make their threes. They don't make their free throws. They are 14th in effective field goal defense in the conference, giving up 39% from 3, 52% inside. I could only look here at North Carolina in that spot. I'll take Marquette with all those points again. Marquette's covered 3 straight with great 3-point shooting. So a little bit of life out of this team. Their only shot is going to make it is winning the Big East tournament. So no better time than now to get in form for that. That's one thing here in this college basketball. Your team like Marquette has just been smashed in conference. Well, if you get hot late, you have a shot at getting in. So I think they're going to look to be that one team that could be a bid thief. They've covered 3 straight. So I'll look at Marquette here to get it done. It's a big number there. Marquette, good 2-point shooting team. They defend the 3 ball pretty well. And this is a Villanova team that struggles at the free throw line and on the glass on the offensive side there. So I'll look at Marquette there in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show. Closing out college basketball with these final games. In this block, we're covering the games at 9 Eastern and include your late night games at 11 Eastern time. So 9 Eastern, include the 11 p.m. Eastern times. Notable games here, while Duke's laying about 17 at Pittsburgh. I don't know how long Cable can hang on at Pittsburgh. Just more disappointment after disappointment for this Pittsburgh team. Houston, Utah. Houston laying 18 on the road. Arkansas, LSU. Arkansas 5.5 on the road. The Sixers are gone, are falling away now. It's mostly 5.5 still on the board. Also, Iowa State laying 7.5 at TCU there. And we've got Washington State, Gonzaga. Gonzaga 21 at home in that game. Big number there for Gonzaga. We go back to Al Ninos.
Yeah, not too much for me here, but gonna look at this Iowa State TCU now. I believe some money's come in. I guess it's going up and down. I haven't seen this number, what it is now. The latest number on this Iowa State game, seeing about 7, right? Laying about 7 points there. I'd go ahead and lay it. Just think they're the much better team here. Team that's been shooting the ball real well from deep. Shooting over 40% from deep. So, yeah, really locked in from there. They have the edge on the boards, play the better defense. So, I think they should win this one by closer to double digits. And going to look at this Washington State Gonzaga game. Going to look at this under in this one. If you really think Gonzaga is going to go off, maybe look at the Washington State team total under. But with this Gonzaga defense, I think I just don't see Washington State scoring enough to help us get over this total. So I'll take this game to stay under the total.
There we go from Al Ninos. One I like in this late block is going to be LSU plus the points. I agree with the line move. This is an Arkansas team that has really struggled on the glass offensively in the SEC and at the free throw line, and another team that can't defend the 2-point shot, giving up over 56% shooting from 2. LSU hits their free throws and they defend the 2-point shot. LSU's covered 7-11 with spots of good shooting. Arkansas over the past month giving up 47% shooting. That defensive form is not good to lay that many points on the road here. So I'll look at LSU in this spot. All right, we'll continue here on the Tony Morning Show. We got you through the sports coverage for today. Now it's time for our Parlay Purple segment where our cappers give it a parlay, team player prop, game of the future. They make the call here. We start with Al Ninos.
All right, let's take I guess the Knicks to win both halves, if you can do that. We'll take the under in the Suns-Mavs game and the under in the Clippers-Rockets.
There we go from Al Ninos here. I'll tell you what I think here about my three-teamer for today, and it's going to be here with the Clippers plus the points, the Lakers plus the points, and I'll go ahead and take Auburn there as well. All right, we got you through our Parlay Purple segment. Thanks to everybody in the chat. Will coming in here with Duke, Ray Gibson. Like your score predictions in these games. Looking for Duke to be mad coming into this game. Take it out on the opponent today after that loss there to North Carolina. Agree there with Ron Hahn and Bo there. Agree with those plays as well. do agree with Matt on the Suns side here. I'm agreeing with the chat today. like what I'm seeing in this chat room today. Yep, I agree with there and that one as well with Greg Gibson. Parlay for both today. Looks like it's going to be Mavs plus the points. Auburn laying it, and Duke full game over the total in that one. Of course, appreciate you, Kel Dog, in the chat. So we got you through our parlay peripheral segment. And now it's time to see what our cappers have for sale over at Tony's Picks, heading to Tuesday of action with a lot of college hoops on the board as well as NBA. And guys, remember when you click the link in the description, you'll be able to find our premium plays there, all documented records showcasing our top performers. Of course, El Nino is one of the top performers here on our site, doing great work here for the year. Great work in NBA overall for the year, 726 units of profit. This is all based on $100 unit wager size. So, El, what do you got for sale on the site today?
Yeah, just my alley-oop up there if you want to grab that. I'm not sure I'll have too much more action unless we see a drastic move in these lines. But yeah, like this play quite a bit. So if you want to check that out or grab one of those long-term 2-for-1 capper passes, pair me up with your favorite capper and get all those team plays emailed right to you.
That's right, guys. Got a boy down here. It's over at Tony Six. He's got his NBA alley-oop up there right now. He's having a great year in the NBA. That is profit guaranteed. That means it must turn a profit or amount purchase will be credited back to your account for side credits. That's profit guaranteed. Get on board with El Nino's over at Tony'sPicks.com. Remember the long-term subscription as well. With all these sports overlapping, no better time to get on board with long-term from El Nino's, 3-day, 7-day, and more. And, of course, includes all late steam plays. You know, our member plays are in by 11 a.m. Eastern time, but we continue to handicap this card, looking for those late winners. So if we put a play in between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time, those late steams are emailed directly to your inbox using the email you use when you sign up for the service there. So late steam available on all long-term subscriptions, as well as player props. We have full functioning player props on right now on the professional sports, the NBA and NHL, full player props for you guys available there, included no extra charge when you buy a long-term subscription. So get on board with El Nino's over at Tony's Picks. All right, over at Tony's Picks today, I've got a best bet on the board, 2 other premiums up there for you now, looking for a 4th one to make a 3-pack. So get on board with me over at Tony's Picks and match you up with your favorite capper here with the 2-for-1 capper promotion there. So get signed up. All right, guys, with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. It is the Tony's Picks morning show. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We greatly appreciate that. It really helps us build up our audience when you do that. And, of course, you can head on over to our YouTube channel, type in YouTube, and also hit in the Tony's Picks into the search. And there you're going to find our live, our YouTube channel. And on our YouTube channel, just stroll over to where it says Tony's Picks, hit that. And then, of course, you'll be able to see all of our great content up there on the channel. Our live shows will show up here for you guys. Also, our live, we have 5 live shows over our channel, including Night Moves, 3 a.m. Eastern time, a complete rundown on all the game's cards with Ramon and DeAndre. That's also on demand, so see it live or watch it on demand. Look at a show from Alessandro. Was the first look at these games as the lines open, midnight Eastern time, so tune into Alessandro. Happy Hour with Rod, Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern time. This is your last look at these games before they go off. That's the Happy Hour with Rod and company. Always see Ron Crawford and company in there. Daily Dango and NHL show will come back post after the Olympic break. So lots of great content up there. You got my content up there from the compilation. The deeper dives are up there for you right now. Hit list. We got Chris with his NBA hit list up there for you right now. NHL for you. NFL, well, that's going to come down. It's over for the year. You can go back and watch our older videos. NBA playlist, college basketball playlist up there for you guys. NHL will be back after the All-Star break. Fight picks will be up there when the fights return to action. You'll see Alessandro with those videos. And, of course, our shorts are up there as well. Of course, Ninos, we see a lot here on the mornings and on the reels.
Yeah, a lot of morning shows for me lately, so keep tuning in early or catch the replay if you can't make it this early. But again, a lot of other great shows there. If you want to catch those other live shows or the other videos we got up there for you, tons of great content over at Tony's Picks YouTube channel.
That's right, guys. So check out our YouTube channel. We have lots of great content. All the playlists are organized for you guys to check out as well. And, of course, hit that like, hit that subscribe. We greatly appreciate that. It really helps us build up our audience when you do that. And, of course, like and subscribe. And, of course, we are looking for cappers. You may apply. Just send us an email to support@tonyspicks.com, and then we'll get you started in the process. You will have to do some show appearances as well as contribute to on-demand videos as well. So, but you guys, you can come on board if you'd like to apply. as a capper, and just send us an email. The link is in the description, and you'll be able to find our email link when you get to the homepage. There on the top there is where you'll be able to see the email link to go ahead and get an email to us here if you'd like to join us here on the Tony Speaks website, as well as to be a contributor to our YouTube channel in those live shows. All right, I'd like to thank everybody here and Alminos here today, and everybody here in the chat with their contributions in the chat with all your comments. Appreciate everybody here joining us here today. We got Greg coming in here for the Knicks. Take it easy on Indiana, Philly tomorrow. Yes, we do have a big card tomorrow. Front ends of back-to-backs for these teams. And of course, Ron Hahn with his Pistons, 10.5 slaps. Yeah, they got it. They got in that fight with Charlotte. That was a pretty crazy one there. Of course, Beef Stew had to get into it. He's going to get hit hard because he came off the bench. He's going to get off the bench, no doubt. Of course, Bo Dunn, contributor here. Thanks for joining us today, Bo. Greg Gibson as well in the chat, like in the Clippers, Phoenix, Duke, and Auburn going 4-teamer there. And he thinks the letdown is coming from North Carolina. I don't really look at letdowns late in the season, because this is when the teams really have to crank up for March Madness. So I kind of thought about that, and I said, wait a minute, we are getting into mid-February here. Look at that one there. Ron Hahn in there as well. Baylor plus North Carolina, Nebraska. Liking those plays. I'm agreeing with everything from Ron Hahn today. Although Greg Gibson is going to take Miami to win it straight up here. He did say about the letdown there. Upset coming up there, he says, from Miami there. All right, guys, thank you for joining us.
Strongly about it, too.
Yeah, real strongly about that one. Yeah, I mean, I understand the angles in college basketball. Thinks the spread's too low. It looks a little fishy. Yeah, we did see North Carolina having their issues, and I saw that, right? They had some issues on the road at Stanford and Cal. I was surprised they lost those games. The defense was tightening up, though, because I was worried about North Carolina's defense, but it started to tighten up a little bit. And you got to be in good defensive form when you get near the tournament. That's a good sign for North Carolina. If they can, we know they can shoot, but the defense has been way too lax. But it looks like they've been able to tighten up. Let's just hope, for Mike's sake, that it continues to stay tight as they do that. Also today, pitchers and catchers have reported down, So there's going to be a lot of activity in your neighborhood.
I drove by the little Dunedin Stadium there, and it was open. The shop was open yesterday, and people are already in there buying their gear and all that. So saw people at the ticket office too. So I guess they're getting their tickets early for those spring training games. So I was taking a look at the schedule. Yeah, it's a good one. I think it's they're hosting the Phillies on the 21st. So I'm sure that one will be packed with the Phillies spring training just across the block here. So
you make it to some of the games?
I have. It's been a while. No, I know I went to. They were showing the World Series games in that stadium, so you got to watch you got to walk on the field and watch the game on the
Game
big
7.
screen. And,
wow!
So that was pretty
late.
Fun. Yeah, well, no. I guess
it's not too late.
It was cold, but by my standards at least. But I'm sure the Canadians were just fine. But yeah, it was fun and always fun. I guess it's been a while since I've been to a spring training one, but
do they have lawn seating over there? Can you sit in the lawn, or you have to sit there only? I know out here in the Arizona, there's a lot of lawn seating. It's very popular where people sit in the lawn and chill.
I don't think so.
No, huh?
But yeah, you can almost get a angle. If you sit in the parking lot behind the stadium, you can almost look into it. But if you're tall enough, you might be able to look into it.
Oh my goodness!
But yeah, it might be fun to go check. Obviously, we don't get to host the Dodgers during spring training.
Yeah,
maybe that's the reason why I don't go too often. But
that's true.
I do believe they come to town during the regular season, so I'll try to check that out. I made it to the games last year. That was pretty fun. It's
been almost over 10 years since the Dodgers moved to Arizona, which I think made sense because it makes the locals can drive over now. So I make a big flight over to Vero Beach, right? The locals here. It's I don't want to say a quick flight, about a 6-hour drive to Glendale, Arizona, to watch this. And of course, when you get in Arizona, there's a lot of, I think the Dodgers share with the White Sox, so there's a lot of games in that stadium. So a pretty good trip there in the spring. All right, that'll do it for the show, guys. Back again tomorrow. We got Ron Hahn liking his guys here, the Tigers. Hey, Framber and our man Scuba 1-2 punch. Maybe they pick up another starter during the trade deadline, and look out. they've got two good starters there in the playoffs. And of course, still talking on that Carolina game, looked like the Arizona game yesterday. All right, I'll do it. El Ninos, any closing thoughts before we close it out?
Yeah, I did. To anyone trying to compare what happened last night to the Malice at the Palace, not even close.
Not
but
even
it's
close.
been a while since we had, I guess, one of these. But yeah.
Yeah.
To the kids out there, you might want to go check that one out.
Malice and the Palace. And there was also one that preloaded with Golden State. I think Detroit and Golden State had something in Golden State. It was one of those late night games that no one really saw. But yeah, Ron Hahn was probably there. He was probably there in that game. Wouldn't be surprised if he was there. Not even close. All right. That'll do it for the show, guys. Going to wake up body, guys. You guys making a winning one. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony 6 Morning Show.